Hello 210. I'd like to give you some information about Module 1, some instructions, tips, suggestions, and so on. So in this first module, we're going to be covering, oh, by the way, if you happen to hear screaming in the background, it's the twins. I have twin granddaughters and they are just about to turn 2, and it's about 5 minutes to 5, and they're getting hungry for dinner and getting impatient. So anyways, back to what we were doing. In this module, we're going to be starting the study of 2 different content areas. The first is the purpose of public education right here. And so the purpose of public education is something that we're going to be studying, first of all, because it's a required component for the portfolio, where the portfolio requires that you talk about your perspectives on why we have public education. So what this assignment is doing is helping you look at some of the most prominent, most common perspectives on why we have public education, what the purpose of it is, and what certain groups of people think that the outcomes from public education should be. So I'm asking you to go through this collection of resources. Here, let me show you. Here. So, let me see. Nope, that's not. Here it is. Okay, so here's the resource collection right here. So there are 8 articles here. These aren't huge articles. They're actually pretty concise. But I want you to read through these, and I want you to really think about what are these people saying is the purpose of public education, and what do they think that public education should be providing for the community, for the businesses, for the students, so on and so forth. So each of these has a little bit of a different perspective, and it's really, really important that you understand you understand what the population, what the people in the community think about what education is supposed to be doing, because, well, right now education is a pretty contentious field. There are a lot of different perspectives being talked about. If you look at the business world, for example, the Chamber of Commerce, they're looking for students to graduate with employment skills. And if you talk to some professors, a lot of times we're talking about education, educating the whole individual and helping them become who they were meant to be. But I think as you read through these resources, you'll see that that's one perspective, and there are many. So what I'm hoping here is that this is going to help you identify some of the different perspectives out there. And so you can anticipate what you might be hearing, understand where they're coming from, and really know how to talk to folks. So I'm asking you to go through that resource collection, and then I want you to put together a graphic organizer. Yep, I don't want you to write a paper. Why? I know you're used to writing papers and so on, but no, teachers don't write papers actually. Teachers do break down content and assign their students to create concept maps. And so I'm going to have you go through that and break down all those resources and create a concept map. Now this is a page that's linked on the assignment sheet that gives you tips and suggestions and walkthroughs on how to create a concept map. So you may already know how to do that. You may not, but either way, here's a concept map right here. Either way, these resources would be very, very valuable for you. I highly encourage you to go through this page and really pay attention to what a concept map is. This might even be something that you want to do before you even tackle one of the readings. Just go through this, get an idea in your mind of what it is that the outcome is supposed to look like. Because you are supposed to diagram what the perspectives are, not at this point, give your perspective. So you need to be really objective and really clinical. The good thing here is that it's not due until November 1st. Let's see if I can get to that. Yep, here we go. It's not due until November 1st. And I think it'd be a good idea if you guys formed some study groups and you went through the articles together and discussed what the different perspectives are, and really try and help each other refine that. Caution though, if I don't want to see two concept maps that are the same. I don't want to see two concept maps with the same wording, the same coloring, the same. Okay. Study groups, awesome. Please do your own work. I want to see your individual genius. Even if you don't think that the assignment that you're turning in is genius, I promise you, if you have done the work, there will be at least some nugget of genius in it. So let's go back to the overview for the module. The second content area is the context of education. And so the context of education really refers to the environment, that all of the components of the environment of the school. Can be the norms and values. It can be what the school, how welcoming the school is, how the teachers act. It can be a whole variety of things, and these resources will help you understand better about what the climate and culture is. Here we go. I'm going to grab this one, because this one I think is really a great resource. This is an infographic, and this talks about school culture and the types of school culture, and how school culture is created. We'll go scrolling down just a little bit. The types of school culture is explained for you here. Characteristics of positive school culture. So things like that you would expect, like having high expectations. Everybody feels respected and valued. The school is kept in good repair. The school looks good. It's not run down. It's not dirty. Decentralized decision making. Now, you might not be able to see this, but it is a characteristic of the school climate. Does administration make all of the decisions and then issue them down to everybody else? Or is there more collaboration between teachers and administration, teachers, parents, students, and administration, and making decisions? So what does that look like? And are there fun activities? Are there things going on? Are there things that parents can get involved with? Are there things for the students to do? That's something to look for. And are they doing things that let students know that they're valued? Are teachers engaged in professional development? If so, is the professional development actually effective? Because that's a real problem in K-12 education, that all too often teachers are given a lot of professional development, but they sit in they sit in a chair and people tell them what's going on, and it may not be the kind of information that's going to actually help them in their job, but it's information that somebody else decides that they need to know. So you can read through the rest of these yourself, but those are elements of school climate and culture. And so what I'm asking you to do in this, ask you to read through those resources, and I want you to work in a small group, and you've got your groups assigned already. They're in here. But I want you to work with your group and decide how you would evaluate a school, its climate and culture. How would you know if it's a positive climate? So I'm going to ask you to create some questions, some things that someone could look at or look for if they were to evaluate, investigate a school's climate and culture. And guess what? That's what you're going to do. So during your OMP, you'll be gathering data. You'll be researching and taking notes on elements of the school culture. In your small groups, you'll be creating these questions to help guide your analysis of your assigned school. So some questions your group may come up with to guide your observations could include, things like, are there co-curricular activities? What issues and challenges is the school board dealing with? Then how does the school look? Where should you even look to just walk through the halls, or where would you look to figure out if the school really was in good repair? Anyways, as a small group, I'm asking you to come up with what we refer to as a framework. The easy way to think about this is a list of things to do and questions to answer to analyze your assigned school's climate and culture. And then you'll put that together in an interactive notebook. So I've got some resources here that will help you learn how to create an interactive notebook. Go back over here and I'll grab that for you. Here I've got the welcome module open still. Here we go. So here are the resources that I've put together for you. We'll be using Google Slides for this, and I have a bunch of resources here for you to watch to take a look at what an interactive notebook is. And these are all teachers who are...
Hello and welcome back to my channel. I am Mrs. P. Tarleton. If you're new...
So these are all resources from teachers who are using interactive notebooks in their classrooms. And here too, I'm assigning this the way I'm assigning it because interactive notebooks or digital notebooks are tools that teachers are commonly using in their classrooms across K-12. And it doesn't matter what your discipline is, what area you're teaching in. This is something that you can use whether you're in PE or art or social studies or math. So I want you to play around with creating a digital notebook, and this will be the container for you to take notes and on your OMP experiences, to take notes on what you notice about the school culture. And in the next module after this, it'll be where you take notes on what makes a great teacher based on examples that you see from your OMP. So I hope that this is something that you're able to look forward to, because it's, like I said, a tool that teachers very, very commonly use, and you'll find that it's applicable to all sorts of different areas and all sorts of different, there are all sorts of different ways to use it in the classroom. So that is this context of education, and this too is a long-term assignment. So this isn't going to be due until your interactive notebook isn't due until the 6th of October. So you've got a while to work on that. You've got 1 week where you'll be discussing with your group, another week where you're actually creating your interactive notebook. So as always, if you have any questions or comments, if any of this is unclear after you've gone through all of these resources, please let me know. I'm eager to make sure that the content of this course is easy for you to understand, and so if you can think of suggestions for how I can organize things differently, I'd be really happy to hear your suggestions. So thanks for listening, and I hope you enjoy the activities in this module, and I look forward to seeing the work that you submit. I know that it's going to be great.